Hey everybody, it's Billy from Spicy Ginger Soap. I am going to do some of the molds tonight. So I didn't want this video to be extremely long and boring, but I still want, you to kind of like get the whole, an understanding of how to do this. So what I've already done is, what I'm going to do today is I would like to have a slab mold. And so I'm making a 9-bar slab mold out of this foam board, which I use the kind that has the ghost line, I believe it's called. It's got little lines on it that you can see if you want to use that for when you're, cutting it or measuring, things like that. It makes it a little bit easier, but I always use a ruler. And I've got a box cutter. I also have an X-Acto knife, but I don't tend to actually use this all that often. I have it and I've used it before, but I also have a piece of double thick cardboard underneath here for when I'm cutting. If you have like one of those self-healing mats, that would be good too. So the measurements of the slab mold are, they're basically 9 by 6 by like 3 inches. If you got a real slab mold, the inner dimensions would be about 9 by 6 by 3, a little over 3 inches, I believe. And then when you put your dividers in, it basically makes a 2-inch thick bar. So what I'm doing is I've got 2.5 inches. I've measured out 2.5 inch thick sides because I'm obviously not going to have the dividers. I'm not making one that has dividers, so I'll be cutting it myself basically. So I'm just doing a straight 9 by 6 by 2.5, and then I'll cut my bars. But if you wanted to, because you can't make dividers with this, it's not sturdy enough, you could use them temporarily, like just for one pouring, but you can't use them multiple times. Basically, I just want to be able to make a slab for design purposes, and then I'll cut it, by hand. So anyways, what I've done is I've got a 9 by 6 base. This is going to be my base. And then I have these are the end pieces. And what I did was I measured them to be, this is right here is 6 inches. I measured it to be 6.5 so that I have overlap on both sides, and basically just enough that when I bring this one around, it'll be perfect like that. So these need to be exactly 9 inches long because there won't be overlap on them. So I measured these 9 inches by 2.5 inches. And I've cut this line already, and then I'm going to show you how I do the rest, basically. You have to, now you guys could do this, many different ways. This is just how I do it. You have to hold, seriously, be very careful. I hold this down like so hard that like my hands are red, as you can see, because I don't want it slipping while I'm cutting. And I'm pressing really hard. So, like I said, if you do this, please be very careful. I mean, like, you could really get hurt. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way now. I'm going to make some other molds with that. I'm going to make another tall and skinny and probably just a basic regular. All right, and then I have one more cut to make. These are the side pieces. And I probably will, you know, film making a one of the slab molds. I mean, not the slab, the loaf molds also. All right, now I'm going to put some gloves on because I burn myself all the time when I do the hot glue. So I'm going to hot glue this together first. You don't even have to do that. You could go ahead and skip that if you wanted to, but I like to do it like that. And I would not suggest leaving it only hot glued because you'll have a leakage from your soap when you have thin batter. Trust me, I've already had that happen. And also it may break open. I had a soap that volcanoed one time, and I was using one of these type molds, and it busted the whole mold open, and the soap went all over my the inside of my oven. So I would not suggest it. You guys can do what you want, but that's my disclaimer there. All right, so I am going to, first off, I think maybe I'll glue these on first, and then, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm going to glue this on first. And basically, I just do a nice, and you got to do this fast because if you've ever worked with hot glue, it dries really fast. And do it, you know, on a surface so you can kind of get it nice and lined up. All right, so there you go. It's nice and lined up. And this stuff, you know, you get strings everywhere. So be careful with that part too, so you don't make a mess everywhere. Hey everybody, sorry. That dang card keeps running out of space. Alright, so all you missed was just me gluing this next piece on there. Okay, so here we go. We've got both of these on, and as you can see, I've got it nice and flat. And now I'm just going to do the two sides. Now, for this one, you know, I've got to get the soap all the way around this way, so like a race. And then I want to get it on perfectly. There we go. And you want to make sure, I mean, I think it's pretty important to have this go on extremely, extremely perfectly, because your bars of soap are going to be wonky if it's not. They're not going to be straight. They're going to be crooked. They're going to be uneven. So that's the reason why, because I've made some that are not, you know, they're not perfect, and you can see it in the bar of soap. And if you're just making it, you know, for yourself or whatever, it doesn't really matter if you don't care. Even if I was making it for myself, I'd still want it to look good. But if you don't care, then that's okay. But if you want it to look good, and that's rude. If you feel the need to have it be even and pretty much perfect, then I would try to be careful about that. That's what I'll say. Not everybody cares about perfection, so, and not everybody has to, that's for sure. I'm not even, oh gosh. I made a little boo-boo there. Got some of the glue right there, and I don't want it there. All right, last piece. I'm gonna go on right like that. And this one actually, there we go. Beautiful. So there you have it. Like, look how easy that was. I would say that was pretty simple. The hardest part really is cutting things out and cutting them evenly, making sure that your lines are nice and straight. That's why I use the ruler. That's why I pencil it on first and then cut it. And that's why I put this underneath and then cut it that way, because I've done it a whole bunch of different ways, and this really is the best way to do it. Now, this is not going to just stay like this. You're going to have to reinforce it with tape. I'm not going to do that on camera because it's really, really loud when I pull the tape. But what you do is literally bring it all the way on, like, you know, put a tape piece here, tape piece here, tape piece here, tape piece here. Just make sure that you're covering all of the seams, basically. And if you cover all the seams, you should be good. I also do like to reinforce it, like, you know, one on this side to kind of just keep it like that. But I'll show you when I get it all done how it looks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to get set up for the loaf mold, and then I'll bring you guys back for that one. Hey everybody, Billy's from Spicy Ginger Soap back to finish this one. What we're gonna do is I did the measurements for a tall and skinny loaf, and so what that is 2.5 by 4.5 by, oops, I just forgot for a minute. Oh, by 11. Sorry, ding dong. So basically you need, this one is 2.5 by 11, that's the base. And then these two are 4.5 by 11, they're the sides. And then you've got the ends, which now these, they're not just 2.5 by 4.5, they're 3 by 5. And that's because on the base, I'm going to have the overlay for, oh gosh, that doesn't, I guess I cut these too long. Oh, you know why? Because I only needed to cut them 1/4 of an inch longer, because they don't have two sides that they have to go on. So let's see. I just need to cut 1/4 of an inch off of both of them. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and put this together. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually do this, the ends first, because I don't have a lot of glue in. So you just put it in the middle, allowing about 1/4 of an inch on each side. And I'm just wiping off that excess hot glue. Again, in the middle, leave about 1/4 of an inch on each side. And then this one will fit. Look, it's still not quite right. Dang it. Well, it's okay. I just don't like how it looks, how there's like extra on the top. I'm going to cut it off. It looks weird. Let's see. Yeah, it's a whole like 1/4 of an inch more. I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay. Hopefully that'll be right now. Okay, that's better. That is better. I actually have a little on. Well, geez, last time I just did it perfect, and this time it's just not quite perfect at all. But just got a little extra on every side. Let's see. All right. Well, you know, this is not necessary. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I'm going to go ahead and cut these sides off because I don't like the way it looks. Sorry if I'm driving you guys crazy. You know, it does not, it really doesn't matter. You just have a little lip hanging off there. But part of the reason I want to take it off is because when I glue this on here, I want to know that basically it's going on there straight. And if I've got extra on the side, I'm not going to really know where I need it to be sitting. So that's part of the reason that I want to do this. There we go. This one's going to be a little bit more awkward. Just the, yeah, that's harder to do with this angle. I have to turn it. Oh my goodness, this is going to be hard. That's why it's important to get your cuts right the first time, right? I don't know how I measured this time, but it doesn't matter. I mean, that's beside the point. Try to get it right the first time just so you don't have to do what I'm doing right now, because it's a pain in the butt and it's a lot harder to do it, you know, once you've already got part of it glued on there. Okay. All right, there we go. Alrighty. Oh my goodness, come on. Cooperate. Cooperate for me, please. All right. There we go. Get all this trash out of the way. And we will get another glue stick. Throw that on there. And I'm going to glue oh my gosh, my finger's not quite long enough to do this. Okay, I'm going to start out. So we're just going to glue all the sides. And again, as fast as, oh gosh, no. This part will be right here. Because you need the glue to be, there we go. You need both these sides glued and then that. That part right there. Oh shoot. And try to get it obviously in the right spot the first time. My only issue right now is that this glue dried up before I could get that weight on there. That's okay. Just put a little bit more on there. And like I talked about before, this is going to be reinforced with tape anyway, so, you know. So this glue, if there's like a little spot that doesn't have some, it's okay because it's going to be reinforced with glue. Okay, so there we go. Nice and perfect lines. And that way you'll have obviously a very nice straight bar. Be careful with that razor. And then what I'm going to do is I think I'll go ahead and lay my glue here. And then I'll do a quick bead of glue on both sides. And then try to get it in there. Oh crap, I cannot believe I just did that. Okay, well, you guys probably knew I was doing the wrong thing. Alright. I glued the top of this. So, well, I'll peel that off later. Okay, this is where I needed to glue. I don't know what I was doing. And then the sides here. I was trying to go fast, so I messed up a little bit. That's okay. Alright. And the reason I tried to get that glue off the sides is because obviously this will, you know, there's a little bit of a, it will create like a, I don't know what I'm trying to say, a little lip, you know, so you don't want there we go. And as you can see, it's nice and straight. That's going to create a nice, thin, tall bar. And like I said, I've made these before. I've made, oh, actually, I'll just show you a couple of them. Like, I've got this one right here. I use this one a lot. This one's 12 1/4 by 3 1/2 by 2 1/2. And then I've got another tall and skinny that's actually 12 inches long. You know, I made it the length that I wanted to, but what I did for the video was I took measurements of standard molds that are on the market, and I made those sizes. So this is a standard tall and skinny size. This is a standard 9. Well, it's not actually standard 9 slab mold because I did it a little bit differently, because there's room for the dividers in the one that you buy. But anyways, this foam board is like $3, and I can make 3 molds out of it easily. You might even be able to get, usually I get about 3 molds out of one foam board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one more, and but I'm not going to bore you guys with that because you guys understand it now. And if you guys have any questions, leave me a comment and I will try to answer to the best of my ability. Thank you for watching, and I'll bring you guys back when I make my next bar of soap, probably in this slab mold. Thanks guys. Bye.